What is happening, everyone? Thank you guys so much for coming back. I'm your host for this one, Landon. I have a lot of energy today, and if you guys want to be a part of this channel in a future video, make sure you guys submit your scary stories right now in the comment section below. Also, make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to be featuring everyone who commented the secret hashtag in the last video. So make sure you guys wait till the end because there's a new secret hashtag so I can feature more of you guys in the next part of this series. Alright, so just letting you guys know, the new merch I've been talking about has come in. On the sleeve has the most amazing on it, and then you have the logo. And then we have this. I ordered one of everything we have on the merch store, and I'm not the most impressed of the printing quality of it. It has most amazing on the sleeve. And then I tried to attempt to make this shirt right here. Is this real life right now? How's it looking on camera? It's actually looking good on camera. It looks better on camera than in real life. Okay, apparently it looks better. Actually, it looks okay. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not satisfied 100%, especially on that other shirt. The print quality of it kind of like fades off a little bit. We might be looking into a different third party to try to create our shirts. I'm gonna ask around the office to see if people are enjoying these shirts. If they like it, we might stay. I was really hoping to get these shirts ready for a back to school push, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen because I've been really fighting for these things to be as cheap as possible and for the quality to be as good as possible. So let me know if you guys like the merch in the comment section below. Put hashtag love the merch, or honestly tell me your honest opinion. Put hashtag hate the merch because then I'll know. I mean, these are for you guys. Alright, let's get right into this video. Let's get into what you guys clicked for. This is the top 10 scariest stories ever told that might be real, part 9, and all of these stories are told by you guys. And also, it's summertime right now and I'm sweating. I gotta take the sweater off. And by the way, this sweater is actually my favorite out of all the products that came in, all the shirts that came in. The quality of this one is really good. The print came out really good. So really impressed with the sweater. But for now, we'll wear the Nike brand. And you know what? I can't believe we've gone this far in this series. I mean, we're at part 9. Absolutely incredible. Thank you to every single person that keeps this series going strong. Alright, starting off this list at number 10 with a ghost who was caught in a picture. This story comes from I Love Me Some Anime. Here's my scary story. My parents moved a lot during my childhood, so when I was about a year old, they moved into this apartment. We are still here, but moving in September. We always experienced ghosts and spirits being around us, but this one got me. Me and my dad slept in the same room waiting for my mom to come home the next day. When we slept, we often wake up with scratches on us. For me, it was always the same on my thighs. They were always very long scars. But one night I was watching cartoons in my room when I looked out the door to find this man with huge biceps staring at me. When I blinked to see if I was imagining things, he was gone. Maybe you saw me with my huge biceps. Okay, maybe they're only big in when I photoshopped them, but that's absolutely terrifying. Well, the story goes on. My family also had a picture of a shadow behind my sister when she took a photo, and always seen people walking across the house. Heard it too. Okay, do you still have that picture? I would love to see the one with the ghost in the background. And also, you were saying your dad has scratches on him as well. Has he seen this huge bicep person as well? Pretty terrifying if you asked me. And you know what? It's a good thing that you're moving in September. Now at number 9, we have a story from Gagger. I've been watching this channel for a couple months now, and your videos helped me when my father passed away. And I want to thank you for the wonderful content. Keep it up. Anyways, my story starts on my aunt's house where I've been watching her dogs when they go on vacation. I was sitting on the couch in December 2 years ago when the dog started barking at the door. The door started to open and then it slammed shut. When I walked to the door, it was locked and there was footprints in the snow. It happened again later on that night. Same thing, locked door and footprints. It happened 4 more times over the week. The next year I was watching them again, and around 3:15 a.m. all of the light bulbs in the house exploded, every single bulb that was on, and the door opened and slammed again. I was so scared I didn't sleep that night. I've watched the dogs twice a year, and still to today, as I sit here watching the dogs, the door still opens and closes multiple times a day, and the dogs go crazy when it does. Honestly, first of all, I'm very sorry to hear about your dad. My condolences goes out to him. Thank you so much for sharing your scary story. And 3:15 is around 3 a.m., known as the witching hour, the time of night when spirits and demons become active. Also, I'm really starting to think that dogs can indeed see the dead or demonic beings that humans just simply cannot see. Well, apparently some of you guys can. Another witching hour scary story that happened to someone when they were 14 is up next at number 8. Well, this story you're about to hear is from Novana Kyle. When I was 14 years old, I went to stay with my aunt on her new farm. My bedroom was in the attic that was split into 2 rooms. One night at 3:36 a.m., I awoke to the sound of crying. I was wide awake when I saw a figure hunched over at the end of my bed. I don't know what possessed me to do this, but I reached out and asked if it was okay. My hand hit something that felt like a human's back, but when the figure turned, there was no face, just a black hole. I slowly got up and went over to my uncle's chest to get his knife and turned the light on. After I turned the light on, the blanket on my bed where the figure had sat fell down back onto my bed. The next day I told my aunt and uncle, who then told a woman who had died in childbirth and another child were buried on the property a long time ago. Coincidence? I think not. See, what did I say? I told you guys freaky stuff goes on at 3 a.m. I mean, what's up with this witching hour? But how did you know the exact time in that scary moment? Also, yeah, I don't know what possessed you to say, are you okay? Because, yeah, no thanks. I would never be asking that. Pretty sure I wouldn't be able to talk in that moment. And I'm pretty sure that thing you saw was a woman who passed away during childbirth and she's living in the in-between world and isn't ready to live in the afterlife. Did the spirit say anything back to you when you asked, are you okay? Kimson Killer 2.0 shares their story next at number 7. I mean, that name is pretty terrifying. Landon, here's a spook. When I was 8 years old, me and my mom moved into a plantation with a family friend who owned the place. We were there for a couple of months before moving. Her friend told us how it was haunted because the plantation was built during the Civil War. At the time, being young, I believed it. And soon that night, strange things started to happen. Doors open and closing, and outside you can hear her singing, and I kid you not, every single morning there would be bugs falling off the ceiling. We had to take buckets and sweep them up. It was an extremely clean house. One night I woke up randomly and I found that I couldn't move at all. And I looked to the right of my bed, and there was shadows of a woman and a man just staring at me. I was screaming, I closed my eyes. When I opened them again, they were gone. Thanks for sharing your story. How old are you now? Maybe you saw spirits of people who have passed away during the Civil War and they still believe that the war is still ongoing. And the bugs dying and falling from the ceiling, well, that would terrify me because that means something in the air is not safe, like it's not breathable. Because if they're dying, I mean, you're inhaling the same thing. I would for sure get the air quality tested out. A demonic voice during a birthday is up next at number 6. This story was sent in from RDGZ Unleashed, and this is what they said. On my daughter's birthday, I was preparing to go outside with the cake. I was opening the screen door when I had a ghost touch the back of my neck, running his fingers through my hair with a demonic voice telling me, "You'll never forget." I lost my marbles and dropped the cake. My legs were so weak and I tried to get the heck out of the house. I felt as though the demon drained me out of all my energy that I couldn't get out of the house fast enough. My aunt's husband used to practice black magic, and when I was little, I stayed over at my aunt's house. Whatever the entity was would pull my feet while I slept. I always felt a dark presence, but I remember going into my aunt's closet and finding books, twigs, and candles. Is this real life right now? What will you never forget? Why are there people practicing black magic? In what situation would you need to use that? Black magic is to have supernatural powers or magic for evil and selfish purposes. Black magic should be banned, and if performed, you should be sentenced to 10 years of church where you will be blessed daily. Number 5 comes from Flapjack. My scary story. It was night about 9 p.m. and I was talking to my best friend on the cell phone. After a couple of minutes, I saw my own mom walk through my room to the kitchen. I got up from the bed and checked the bed where my mom sleeps, but she didn't go anywhere. I asked her, "Mom, didn't you just walk through my room to the kitchen?" And she answered, "No, son." I got back to the room and I was thinking about it and talked about it to my friend. I was so scared and panicked when I saw a demon walk through my room to the kitchen. Okay, at first I thought you were saying the demon walked through the wall because that would be freaky. And imagine you saw your mom walking through the wall or something like that. And I'm really hoping your mom was just trying to scare you, because why the heck do you have demons walking through your bedroom like pretty casually?
No idea what you walked into here, do you? None.
What are you?
I'm a demon.
The scary reincarnation story is up next at number 4. This story is from Mia Moose. My parents think I'm a reincarnation of my great-grandmother, Patricia. They think that because she died 2 weeks before I was born, and I was supposed to be a New Year's baby, but was born earlier. As I got older, my mom would hear me in my room talking to myself. She would come in and ask me who I was talking to. I would answer saying, my great-grandma, Patty, my invisible friend. Nobody had ever talked to me or in front of me about her. One day when I was 5, my parents took me to my grandparents' house. There's a picture on the wall of my great-grandmother when she was a young girl. She was my grandma's mom, and my dad didn't even know who the little girl in the picture was. When we walked in, I pointed to the picture and said, that's my great-grandmother Patty. My dad was in shock and was about to pass out along with my grandpa and mom, but my grandma cried and was a little shocked. I don't see her anymore, but I can feel her warn of danger sometimes. I think that the fact that you were born early right after your great-grandmother Patricia passed away is kind of freaky. I mean, it seems plausible. There are people who believe in reincarnation, so maybe your great-grandma was reborn into you. Stories like this, especially the video I did on reincarnations, it seems pretty common. There's a lot of people that have similar stories, which makes me kind of believe in them. The girl who has the power to get rid of evil spirits is up next at number 3. This story is from Stella Franey. This story involves my sister and me. My sister has the ability to take evil spirits from a dwelling. About 10 years ago, a friend of both me and my sister knew they had an evil spirit living in their townhouse. My sister had said to put salt in the doorway of the room to keep the spirit from leaving it. On that night, my sister said it was time to take it out. Her partner, who because of his culture has lived with this stuff his entire life, was with her. She went up, and to tell you the truth, I was scared crapless. I heard a loud bang, and then I heard her coming down the stairs. One look, and I knew that was not my sister. She had this look like nothing else. I was so frightened, but her partner's look assured me it was all okay. She got out to the backyard, and I waited a few minutes and then went outside and found her. She was very weak, but still my sister. She told me, it's okay, sis, and that's when I knew it would be okay. If I heard or saw what you heard or saw, I would never think it's okay, even if people told me it was. Did your sister remember what happened to her? I mean, did the spirits go inside of her and then she went outside and just released them? What did she even say? Has your sister been able to get rid of more spirits and ghosts? Or was this just like a one-time thing? Maybe if she's still doing this, pick up the camera and film it, because it would make a lot of believers out there if those events actually happened. The little girl that passed away in a mattress store is next up at number 2. This story comes from Valencia Aguilar. So I work for a large, well-known company. Let's just say you have to have a membership to get in. Around the store, we have 10 different exit doors that are locked unless they are physically pushed open. One night after hours, when only employees were in the store, one of the back exit doors opened on its own, and when we went to check out the cameras, you will see a figure running towards the door to push it open and then slam it shut. We also had another incident when we heard mattresses fall over on their own. Rumor has it a little girl died there many years ago, and she still haunts this place now, trying to find a way out. I'm gonna guess what this company is. I'm going on a limb here, and I think it is Costco. They have everything, lots of exits, memberships, mattresses, and I guess little girls that have died there. And I wonder how she died. I'm assuming that a mattress fell on her, so now she's trying to push over other mattresses to kill other people. Are you able to get a hold of that footage of you guys seeing the ghost figure opening up the doors? I mean, that would be pretty terrifying to look at. And maybe this little girl relives life over and over again, where she dies, her spirit awakes, and she's able to escape Costco, but then the next day everything resets. So that's why doors open every single night. Someone else who is still haunting is at number 1. The story comes from Deanna Foster. My name is Deanna, and I go on vacation to North Carolina, and one of the hotels called the Grove Park Inn. It was finished in the 1920s, and it's believed soon afterwards is when the events happened. There's a legend about ghosts, a woman in pink who was either pushed or fell from the 5th floor onto the carpet below her. Her dress is still in the hotel, not far from the room. I went there this summer, and I heard the whole story for the first time. I even went to check out the room. I felt very cold, very sad, very angry, and then I smelled some old perfume. Nobody knows who the woman is at all. It's known that she might have been a mistress of a very wealthy man man who often visited the hotel. Really creepy story, and I looked it up. I saw pictures of the hotel. It looks gloomy, and the lady in pink apparently was killed in room 545 because people have been complaining about that room. Some people believe that the woman's name is Zelda Fitzgerald. It's so terrifying that you actually go to that hotel like year after year. Why do you guys keep going there? Does your parents know it's haunted? Well, they were probably the ones that told you about it. Alright, you guys made it to the end of this video. The secret hashtag for this one is put hashtag and then your name. So for me it'd be hashtag Landon. Put that in the comment section below if you made it to the end of this video, because I'm gonna be featuring you guys in the next video. And it's now time to feature people who use the secret code from the last video, hashtag is this real life right now. So you know what, it's time to roll the end screen.